This statement is therefore issued without regret, fear, or compunction. Defending the revolution and our leader, the president, is an ideal we live for, and if need be, it is a principle we are prepared to die for. From the outset, we would like to make it clear that we have every respect for the armed forces in this country and cherish their role in protecting and safeguarding the country and its revolution. We, however, totally against the bulk of the press statements issued by General Chiwenga yesterday. We believe that the views he exposed are his personal opinions and not the collective view of the security forces. It is no secret that the security forces in Zimbabwe know their parameters, and hence the internal respect they earned wherever they have played. We therefore address him directly and in kind. The independence and democracy we enjoy today did not come through the barrel of mouth or press conferences, but through the barrel of the gun, and tens of thousands shed their blood in a great sacrifice for the independence, peace, and democracy which is now under assault. This freedom is therefore sacrosanct, and we will not fold our hands to allow a creature of the Constitution subvert and very constitution which established it. Section 211(3) of the Constitution is very categorical in making the armed forces subordinate to civilian authority, patriotic, professional, and non-partisan. More importantly, the same section of the Constitution calls upon the armed forces to respect the rights and freedoms of all persons, more the rights of association. The selective reading of the Constitution of Zimbabwe by Comrade Chiwenga, whilst ignoring this important part, cannot go unchallenged, as well as the section 208(2), which makes the interference of armed forces in the civilian matters illegal. Section 218 of the same Constitution again forbids the army and security forces and confines them to the barracks where they belong during peace times. We are therefore taking a stand against those who are bent on sowing divisions among our people, and also those taking advantage of the privilege of their appointment by our president to extort, guarantee, and immunity for fugitive border jumpers from the same appointing authority. These people should be warned that we, the youth, are watching in our millions, and those who wish to ride on the back of the tiger will end up inside the tiger. As a revolutionary party, ZANU-PF is involved in placing itself at the forefront of the constitutional dispensation. We fought the oppressor we oppressed the constitutional dispensation. We fought the oppressor for and obtained. Creative destruction and change of guard in certain areas has always been a nature of the beast. Comrade Chiwenga alluded to several rebellions which were quashed but forgot to mention that the majority were caused, motivated, and driven by egotistical military individuals who thought the revolutionary sun rose and set on their backs. The principle which established ZANU-PF is very clear. The guns will follow the politics, not the politics will follow the guns. Comrade Chiwenga therefore cannot be allowed to dictate who will lead the party and the country. As the youth, we in our millions, and at the present with the majority in the country, it is our country and our future at stake, and we will not let an individual military man interfere with the leader of the party and legitimately voted president of the country, Comrade R.G. Mugabe. All those in security sector fatigues who wish to engage in politics are free to throw their heads in the ring and not hide behind the barrel of a gun. We also wish to remind them that conniving and conspiring to overthrow a constitutionally elected government is a crime in this country, and anywhere in the world. The African Union and SADC position on this issue is very clear, and we as the youth will stand guard in defense of the revolution, like people of Turkey last year who repelled rogue security forces from interfering with an elected government. Freedom of expression is a right enshrined in the Constitution, and criticizing public organs like security sector and the government are the lifeblood of any democracy. The security sector, like any other individual or organ of the state, will not be immune to criticism, including you, Comrade Chiwenga, as you are a servant appointed, not elected in brackets, to serve the people. We also note with concern that the renewal of the party and strengthening of its organs by replacing deadwood, traitors, looters, and common criminals is being taken as an attack on war veterans. There are 1,000 of war veterans keeping a forward guard with the youth, and save for shallow and empty characters like Muchangwa, Matema Danda Mahia, and few lumpman elements. The war veterans are behind the party. These rebel elements who shy away from all democratic process and have never won and competed in any democratic sphere, and understand the language of imposition as they were imposed by Comrade Chiwenga and Comrade Mnangagwa to save their interests. These characters, whose shadow appointment at the Shadow Mashingo conference funded by businessmen whom we shall not name at the moment, are the ones acting as foot soldiers for Comrade Chiwenga and the Lacoste faction to advance the successionist agenda of a fugitive Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Comrade Chiwenga lampoons the party and government for poor economic indicators, whilst conveniently forgetting the effects of sanctions, recession, and ignores the valiant efforts by the government to mitigate suffering through programs like Command Agriculture, which he has been extolling at every point and place. He also conveniently forgets to mention the steering efforts of the government in the price stabilization of basic commodities. As Commander of the Defense Forces, Comrade Chiwenga, we want a full report on the whereabouts of the missing $15 billion, as the Army never accounted for the revenue after extraction. This money would go a long way in alleviating the obtaining hardships the soldiers are facing, and improving their warfare and morale. Comrade Chiwenga cannot have his cake and eat it too. He also cannot benefit from his own mischief and misdeeds together with the former Minister of Defense, now fugitive Comrade Mnangagwa. They dismally failed in the stewardship of the revenue streams that flowed from diamond concession allocated to the defense forces, whose sole purpose was cautioning the defense forces from economic hardships. A day will come when those responsible will have to account to the people. We notice that Comrade Chiwenga is prescribing the way the party should handle its affairs and the electoral process. With all due respect, this is overstepping his boundaries and mandate. Zimbabwe is a time of peace, not war. Therefore, martial law prescriptions have no room and will not be tolerated in the Revolutionary Party. Comrade Chiwenga seems to be operating under a miscredential that the appointment of Comrade Dambudzo Mnangagwa as Deputy President was an anointing of him as successor to the President. He should be reminded on several leaders of the party like Dabanani Stole, Edgar Tekere, Runaide Mujuru, and others who fell by the wayside, and yet the party became stronger. It is very curious that when Runaide Mujuru fell to the party's democratic process, there was a deafening silence by the same forces who now cry for. The war of liberation should not be privatized, as the poor also suffered the brunt of the war. The teachings of Mao Zedong taught that the people were the water and the comrades the fish, and the two complemented each other. We therefore view dimly all those who minimize the role of the people as they were important stakeholders and stockholders of the revolution. The election of civilian leaders to lofty position in the party is recognizing this fact is that and is not a reversal of the revolutionary creed. None has a monopoly to the war of liberation. The learned comrade Chiwenga, who has recently acquired his PhD degree, should easily understand this elementary fact. The creative destruction in ZANU-PF is democracy at play. Comrade Mnangagwa was voted out by an anonymous vote of all provinces and organs. We on this day choose to stand by the will of the people like General Josiah Tongogara, Jason Ziapa Pamoyo, Nikita Mangena, Vitalis Jinawashe. Those who want to stand in front of the freedom train will go the way of Nyati of Nyazonya, Amadziripi, Dabarimi story. We are watching you and Toyo Chizana that you were very instrumental in the creation of one center of power in the party, only because then it was befitting your surrogate and fugitive Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Now that the shoe is on the other foot, you now throw tantrums. Constantly and confirming the principles you set for others is what markets a revolutionary comrade Chiwenga. Zimbabwe is a democracy, and ZANU-PF has been entrusted as the custodian of the liberation and revolutionary fair. There is one leader of the country who is the very man who legitimately and consistently been voted into office by the majority of the people. The leader, Comrade Chiwenga, is the only elected leader of our Zimbabwe, His Excellency, the President, the Head of State and the State and Government, and the Commander-in-Chief of Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade R.G. Mugabe. In conclusion, we the youth of Zimbabwe constitute the majority of the population in our millions, and it is our future which is at stake. Freedom is a non-negotiable birthright bestowed upon us by the revolution. It is a tree that was watered by the blood of thousands of liberation war heroes and the common people, most of whom lie in mass graves. This liberation and fundamental rights which came at such steep price cannot be the personal property of one rogue element in the security sector with power to give it and take it all away. No single person has the power to impose his minions to leadership positions. This is an assault on our freedom, and we now have a new constitution which places soldiers in barracks and civilian authority in power. The army to take leave from their counterparts, the police, prison, and the correctional service, and central intelligence organization, who were not part of yesterday's circus. We therefore call upon all youth of Zimbabwe, regardless of their political affiliation, race, gender, and creed, to stand up and be counted when the time comes. Pasinela Coste. Pambelina Wamgabe. Pambelina Dr. Desmuga. Pasinela Coste. We thank you all. Thank you, members of the National Executive, provincial chairpersons here present, members of the media fraternity. You can get your copies if you so wish.